What up, y'all? It's your man, yes, the Hermit Star, back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Pisces. So if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. What's going on, Pisces? We are back again. The generator chose you again, so you get another reading this week. I know Pisces season is coming to a close. By the time I am... Actually, it did close. It ended on the 20th. Today's the 21st. So hopefully you enjoyed your birthday season. You got cards flying out. All right. 2 cards flying out. All right. I'll choose one more card just for you. Oof. Okay. Anyways, if you would like a personal read from me, you're able to book that by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that there are scammers in this community, so if there's anyone reaching out to you claiming to be me, it is not me. I will not reach out to you. You reach out to me. All right. Okay, let's start off with the king, the knight, not the king, but the knight of swords. Okay, this is someone who is very much direct, and I feel like this has to do with you going in a more, I guess, being more direct about how you feel, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, from what I'm seeing here, unfortunately, whoever you're direct with, whether it be a partner, whether it be a potential partner, whether it be, someone of the past, I don't see it going in a way, I don't see it going in a way that you probably want it to go to. I mean, you're being honest, which is great. You're being direct, assertive about how you feel, and you're being honest about just your feelings. That's great. But even when you do that, like, trust me, I know, like, even when you do that, you're not, and you want an outcome that is, I guess, favorable to what you've desired. And I know the glare is coming in, so I'll hold that closer. But even when you want an outcome that is, you have a specific outcome in mind that you want, essentially, you're not always going to get that, because ultimately, especially with the relationships, it's a dance. It's you and it's the other person, of course. You make your move, they make their move. They make their move, you make your move. If you all are not gelling within this dance, then, well, someone's going to get their toes stepped on. It's just, that's life, The next card is the 5 of Cups. Here's why I believe this outcome, and I'll share the outcome because it's literally the last card, the last tarot card you get. But I feel as though this outcome is, going to cause you to be in this mode of regretting even speaking up in the first place. Now, personally speaking, we'll see what the Oracle says, of course, Oracle at the end of the read, right? But you have to, what I like to say when this card shows up in all readings, right, especially in this position, is, yeah, you're mourning like these dropped cups, right? You're mourning this loss, but you still have 2 cups that are standing. And within this situation, I'm just going to tell you now, why not? Like, within this loss of a relationship, you still have something to salvage. You still have something, well, not necessarily. Yeah, you still have something to salvage when it comes to yourself. Maybe your finances. Now you have the time and the freedom to focus on your finances, but also you still have something really just to be appreciative of. And honestly, you spoke your mind. Again, you spoke your mind. You said how you felt. Is it really worth to keep your mouth shut and keep your feelings inside, to keep this person happy, to keep this relationship? Because, from my standpoint, this is just me speaking. And I feel as though you had this reading this last week as well, or, someone else. But if you have to not speak your mind to keep the peace with someone, and then to me, that person isn't for you, because that person's going to want you to be happy, even if you tell them something that they might not want to hear. But if they truly care about your happiness, if they truly care about, honoring you at just as much as you should, if you're not, but if you should honor them and their emotions, they should want to do the same for you. So it's a problem when, you're in a relationship with somebody and all you do is speak your mind, and then they not only take offense to it, but they make you feel as though you're the bad person for even saying something that they don't want to hear. I've been in situations like that. I've been in relationships like that. Relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, friendships, any other type of relationships where I felt as though the only time we would be peaceful is if I didn't speak my mind. But I wasn't peaceful from within. So it's like you really have to choose at the end of the day. Is it your peace or their peace, and you're going to keep this relationship or not? And it does suck when, you do care about this person and you lose, them. But honestly, again, Pisces, it's really, are you going to, if they can't handle the truth, then why be with them? Why be with them if you just got to walk on eggshells around them, or just lie to yourself, essentially lying to them too by telling them what they want to hear, knowing damn well that's not how you truly feel. Next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. This is why I was saying now you probably have the opportunity to save your finances. Manifest the life that you want, and work on your ambitions. This is the card of someone who is very much ambitious as well. And it could be a situation where you was with somebody and they took a lot of time away from you to focus on this. I don't want to sound like one of these cliche rappers or whatever that talk about, I'm getting to this money every time they talk about a breakup. But, there's some, even with situations like that, you can learn. You can learn that now it's time to focus on you. If you learn to, read between the lines of those lyrics or the songs and stuff, or if you're just someone who can typically see a silver lining within everything, you can take away, okay, what they're saying is it's time for me to focus on myself after this heartbreak, or after this, after this heartbreak, essentially. So you can take that obviously how you want it. Your last card being the Lover's card in reverse that I got to cover. But this is why I was saying this Knight of Swords, maybe it was the way you said something, because the Knight of Swords can be, again, like I said, very assertive and stuff, but it didn't show up in reverse. It didn't show up in reverse. If it showed up like this is aggressive. There's a difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness. I mean, some can say there isn't a difference, and I feel as though those are individuals who can't tell the difference, but it didn't show up reverse for you. So even when you're stern, but you're not aggressive with how you feel, this individual still has a problem with it, which goes to show, once again, as I was stating earlier, this is not someone who can take honesty. This is not someone that, you should be with, if you ask me. This is not someone I would want to be with, so I'm just going to say, nah, you shouldn't be with someone like that. Whether this Knight of Swords was maybe the Queen of Swords, right? And you had more of, I guess, compassion. You were still stern, but you still had, it was a softer tone. This individual, it seems as though this individual is not someone who can take honesty real well. At least honesty when it comes to aspects about themselves they don't want to accept. Aspects about themselves that they're upset about because they know it's true. As with all human beings, we tend to get upset at the things said about ourselves that are true. If you're, those who are truly unbothered by the things said about them, it's because they know what isn't true. Or there are times, of course, where it's like, it is true and it doesn't bother you because you're working toward getting better, or maybe you just don't care. Maybe you just flat out don't care that it's true. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't the situation here. That is not, that was an example I gave, but for this individual, and I don't know for a fact, and this is general read, take how it resonates. For this person that you're dealing with, it's the former. It's the individual who knows what you said about them is true, or what you're saying, maybe an issue within you all's relationship is true, but they don't want to take responsibility for it. And they don't want to own up to it. They would rather get upset and shut you down and tell you you're wrong for simply expressing your emotions. And again, it's really your choice. Do you want to stick with somebody like that, or do you want them to... Do you want the space for you to work on themselves, and hopefully them have the space to work on themselves so they're not upset when people tell them things about themselves they may not like? Or until they get to a point where the things that are said no longer upset them because, one, like I said, they're working on it. Two, hopefully it's still working on the part, but two, maybe they're to a point where it's like, I don't care. But that's what I have for you today for the tarot. We're now going to get into the oracle section. Before I choose a card, I would like to remind you to please hit that like if you got anything of value. Share this video, comment how this is relative. If not, then feel free to just say hi. And subscribe if you're not subscribed, okay? All right. So, the card you got is Harmony's Calling. All right. Embrace equality and pursue justice. Keep an open mind as answers unveil your path to balance. That's all you really need if in your relationship life, Pisces. Anyone really, but this is for Pisces. It's a nice balance. Like, what you need is balance. What you need is a partner who is going to be just as honest with you as you are with them, and just as accepting of said honesty as you should be. Now, if you are the type of individual, just like this individual, who would get easily upset when honesty is said or whatever the case is. Now, I'm going to say this before I go. I'm not saying that people who get upset at something said about them, like they're immature. Because you can get upset because you know it's true, and that's another thing I forgot to mention. You can get upset because you know it's true and you want to fix it, but you probably are frustrated with yourself. That frustration is more so frustration with self rather than frustration with, oh my God, you pointed something out about myself that I totally hate about myself. You're a jerk for that. It's more so of and not as self-hatred, but again, frustration. Hopefully it's not self-hatred, but it's more so frustration with self. It happens. And if that were to happen, have grace for that individual. Again, we all have or had moments like that. But in general, as Harmony's Call states, again, the card, embrace equality and pursue justice. Keep an open mind as answers unveil your path to balance. The best relationship for you, Pisces, is one that is going to be balanced. Again, where you can express yourself without some negative pushback, or at least, if there is, not the most peaceful pushback, y'all can at least come back and, maybe some, separate for 30 minutes or so, come back, talk about it, right? And vice versa, if that is needed, for you. But yeah, that's what I have for you today, Pisces. Appreciate you for watching. If you got anything of value from this video, once again, I please ask that you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like a personal read, you are able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. We'll go over packages, pricing, all that good stuff. All right. Thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.